So,
Hello.
today's presentation is about the statement, life without a phone is a blessing. I'm going to give you some information and my opinion as well. So, to start off with the banger, I want to show you a video I made. So, here it comes.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
In this video, I'm going to show you two reasons to whether agree or disagree with this statement. Hope you enjoy.
So, imagine you have to finish a project in a week or something, and you want to work on it tonight, but on the couch next to you, you see your phone laying quiet as normally. You see some messages incoming, and you wonder why, you still have a week left, so why don't you, just go on your phone instead of working on your project? And you do that every night, and after a week, you're too late, and you get a 1 for your final project, of course.
Thank you for your explanation, guy with the heavy voice. Let's take a look at our other explainer, shall we?
So imagine you live on a farm, away from the city, away from people, away from everything, of course, and you live there with your family, and suddenly your granddad gets a heart attack. And, well, of course, the first thing you want to do is you want to call the hospital, of course, because you have to make sure if he's going to survive or not. But imagine not having a phone in that situation; he would just die.
Thanks to you as well. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and perhaps even learned something about it.
Thanks for watching, Mr. de Klerk.
Alright, so that's that. Let's move on. So the reason I chose this statement is because we live in a certain time where about everyone uses a phone, and that is something that makes this statement very interesting. So, reasons to agree with the statement. There are scientists who say that it is very bad for your eyes, and you can get blind by looking too much to your phone. And of course, you can get addicted to it. That's a very common fact. And well, some people have conversations online. That's very normal. You have different apps for that. I mean, Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp. But some people think it might be better to have real life conversations instead of just typing messages on your phone. Now, how to defend these reasons? Someone could, for example, say that you have to make rules for yourself if you think that it's bad for your eyes. But you could say to that is that rules making for yourself is very hard, because some people may not relate to those rules. So basically, some people may think it's better to not have a phone at all. Other people could also say that having an addiction to your phone isn't that bad. I mean, you can use it for work, and you can get in contact with other people. What you could say to that is that it is pretty bad, because there is more in life than just a phone, of course. And conversations online are not always necessarily, because it may be fun to talk someone in real life, for example. And some people feel more comfortable talking online to someone than in real life. That is something that someone could say to you. But what about this? They shouldn't be, because having a conversation online is basically the same. The only difference is that you're typing instead of saying something, and that you have more time to think about what you're actually going to say. But there, of course, are also a lot of reasons to disagree. In, for example, emergency cases, it is important to have a phone, to call the hospital, for example, real quick, or call a relative. It's very important to do that in a quick way, because otherwise someone can die if it is a really bad accident. And imagine we're living in quarantine right now, of course, and the only way we can actually communicate with people is through our phone or through the PS4, but things like that. And of course, trying to find information on the internet is a very fast way to do via your phone. So imagine you for example have to do something online, you have to answer a question, and you really don't know what the answer is. It's really handy to just look it up on your phone instead of going to someone, to your neighbors, for example, and ask them, do you know the answer to my question, for example. There are also a lot of ways to defend these reasons. Someone could say there's almost always someone nearby. If you're in an emergency, scream as loud as you can, because in that way people that are near you can probably hear you and save you. But what if there isn't anyone nearby, or your house gets robbed, for example, and they put something in your mouth, and because of that you can't even talk or scream? So what do you do then? And during quarantine, you're not supposed to talk to someone other than your family anyway, so why not learn to live with it? But people are supposed to talk with each other because it's good for the social skills. Someone could also say, you don't necessarily have to look something up on the internet. Maybe ask some of your friends if they know the answer to your question. But it may take a while before you find the person who actually knows the answer to that question. So it is really handy to just have a phone instead of just trying to find someone living in your street or someone even further away who actually knows the answer to your question. So my personal opinion, I think I disagree, and I'm pretty sure about that because I think in times like this it is handy to have a phone. And one of the main reasons I think I disagree is especially because of emergency cases, for example. I think it is important that if you see someone is in a really big problem, you should have a phone and call to someone immediately. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, bye.